Opening statement today, first day of full pads. We tackled a little bit. It was fun to watch us out there compete. The young kids are coming along. They're starting to understand. I'm a drink through a fire hose install guy, so I'd say 90% of the offense and defense are already in. And they've been in for a couple of days, so we're just getting better and better and better. And Jon was really sharp today. It was fun to see him back and on point. And defense finally put some blitzes in, so the tempo of the offense and defense happened like it should today, where it was coverage, blitz, and man, they competed. It's gonna be fun. We got one more day tomorrow before their first day off, and their legs are tired, but they're out there competing. So it's been a good start.
First time seeing the rookies in full pads too. Who were kind of impressed?
I mean, Crooms did a great. Corey Crooms has probably been the most consistent, and if you would ask me after spring ball, he came here early, got here in December, looked like a freshman in spring ball, didn't know what he was doing, was timid, didn't run fast, and he's like a new man out there. So he's been having a great camp. Sky Moore had a couple plays today that he made, which was fun to watch, and those are the two from the wideout perspective. Not a lot of other young guys are playing a ton. A young quarterback just got his first reps, and he looked like his first reps, and which was fun for him to live through that. I was proud of him. He got rid of the ball, didn't know where to throw it, but didn't hold on to it, And but those two are right now probably the two young guys that have been jumping out, at least today.
When you talk about Jon, he's obviously a veteran, and when you came in here, you had brought your system now. He obviously had to miss the end of last year, had to watch from the sidelines, but how valuable is it having a guy that knows kind of the ins and outs of the playbook, and kind of what does Jon bring to the table this year as a senior?
His leadership, he's starting to talk more. He made two throws today that were big-time throws. I mean, against the blitz, one was a touchdown, the other one was a big first down, and you can't coach that. It's great for our other guys to be able to watch it, and so he has control. We actually have adjusted our system even more this year. We made a lot of tweaks to our offense for him with his input, and a trip to Clemson helped too. Just to give him different options when they bring pressure, and man, he was all over it today. So the other guys are coming along, but and today when the pressure comes, you see age shows quickly with pressure. I would say Caleb had a really good first 4 days when they were just sitting back reading coverage. He's starting to read coverage way better, like Jon. Then when the pressure came, he got caught up a couple times today, which he just showed his age, But yeah, his leadership and him being able against the pressure to make them pay, not just survive the pressure, but beat the pressure. That's really, as a quarterback, from the mental standpoint, when you have the ability to beat pressure, that scares defensive coordinators from bringing pressure. And that's really what you need out of a quarterback. Young kids are just trying to get them survive it, not make it a negative play. Jon's past that. He's looking to how can I hurt the defense, because I know they're thin somewhere, and he took advantage of it today.
You're evaluating every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Where are the logical points in camp where you want to look and see concrete progress? Is it a week? Is it 2 weeks?
It's a week. I mean, it's about the next couple days. We've gone. This tells me a lot. These next 2 days, their bodies are tired. We've gone 6 straight or 5. Tomorrow's going to be 6 straight. I purposely have a 3-hour practice tomorrow. We have our longest practice of the year tomorrow because they'll be mentally drained tomorrow. So we're going to see who can handle the fatigue of a season and all the stuff, all the pressure that they put on themselves. And we have a ton of great battles going on the defensive side of the ball right now. It's going to be fun to see who comes out on top, Offensively, our O-line looks really good. Our tight ends and running backs, we kind of know who they are. Jon. The wideouts has been a fun competition to watch. Tyron looks great. So it's there's more competition on the defensive side than the offensive side. But really, these next couple days, once everything's in, is really when you can start evaluating who's ready to play as a young kid or not. And so we'll learn a lot more here in the next week.
Can you touch on the receiver position specifically? Obviously, you guys just lost the one to the transfer portal, but then you brought in a grad transfer from Mississippi State.
Mixon.
Kind of been a revolving door a little bit there,
Yeah.
but what's the mindset with the newcomer and trying to get him acclimated?
Yeah, we got to get him in shape. He's I think he ran over 21 miles an hour already, which is fast, and he's been over 20 every single day. But he's out of shape, so he only does it for spurts. He's been getting better. He's been doing extra conditioning, Keith Mixon, and So we look at him in the slot. That's what he is, and he's doing a really good job. Tyron's also playing the slot, but Tyron's been playing X, and Tyron's been playing Z. Tyron's a guy that knows every position, and he looks really good at every position. So I've been proud of that. And then to the field, Bustle looks great. Sky Moore looks great. We moved Sky all over. Sky played every offensive position today pretty much because he's so smart. He's a high school quarterback, great athlete. Jalen Hall's looked good, and obviously Corey Crooms has kind of been the most consistent I think we have, as far as freshmen goes. So it's a great pool. Now where they're all going to land, I don't know. That's kind of the fun of this group is, I know where Mixon belongs. I think I know where Bustle belongs. The rest of them could play any position, I'll probably keep Coop Crooms where he's at because he knows it and he looks really good. But the rest are up for grabs. I mean, Jalen can play multiple positions. Tyron can play multiple positions. Sky Moore can play multiple positions. So it's a great group, and there's a lot of flexibility, and really that's what we're trying to figure out with the young kids is what can they star at, where are they going to be a special player at. So it's a good problem to have. Obviously we have not a ton of experience in that room, but you have a quarterback that makes life a lot more fun to be a wideout. So they're all looking pretty sharp right now, and it'll be fun in the next couple of days as we continue to move them around to find where I think we have one of each already. And with the other three, I don't know who the starters are going to be, nor do I care right now. I just like having this many athletes running around, to be honest with you.
Yeah, one good one too. Gio is,
And that's without tight ends. Yeah, Gio is like another receiver. Gio and Borski look great, and then we moved, from the defensive side, we moved Matthias over to be kind of a big. He's wearing 38. He looks like Odell. I mean, it's hilarious. His nickname's the Bear Claw, not the Great Wall of Odell, but and he's bringing us that to us, and we brought Seelig over to kind of back up Gio. We really like Luke Sanders too. He just hasn't put the weight on yet. I don't know if he's ready to make that transition to tight end yet. He might need a year. He has a redshirt year. We might use it. I don't know. But those two are really coming along too. I mean, we kind of know what we got at tight end, and we're filling in the backups right now. Buckman's been looking pretty good there as well. So that's a little, the tight end position is a little more, we know a lot more about that position, which is fun. We ran a lot of 12 today, and you always feel good when, pretty much 9 of the 11 guys out there have been playing a lot of football already.
As far as Mixon goes, what was it about his skill set that made you reach out to him?
Obviously he's playing the SEC. He was there. I know a couple coaches there. I know a couple of coaches on the old staff there and the new staff there. I talked to both of them, and he got hurt last year and he lost his starting position, didn't play much. And the new coach came in, kind of played his guy, and he wanted a fresh start. And we need a slot. He's looks like a running back. I mean, he's a yoked up guy, and his highlight film's really impressive. I mean, he's playing in the SEC. He sits in holes. He has a great feel for where to be and where to sit down. And the next thing is once he catches it, he's a load to bring down. I mean, he is all rocked up. He looks like Bogan, but a little faster, and with better hands.
How long do you see before he's able to get up to speed with the playbook and also, get into football?
It's been, I'm guessing, like 10 days, 8 days, We just started the extra conditioning yesterday. His speed, everything's done off the GPS system. So his high-intensity yards, like how long can he keep the speed up, has been going up every day. And he feels better, and his brain's catching up with what he's doing. We had him with the ones today a little bit. So there'll be a lot of those. We need a receiving core. That's the biggest thing we're trying to teach these guys, is understanding that there's going to be a core of guys that are our guys. Which guys are going to get the one nods, we'll figure out probably by the end of next week, But I expect to see him get a little bit better every single day because he's a veteran. Like he never gets frazzled. He can get hit when he's catching the ball and still come down with it. He's been their punt returner for a couple of years, and he looks smooth as silk catching the ball. He doesn't look nervous, and he almost looks bored catching the ball. So he's definitely going to factor into what we're doing, and. But he's got to get in shape, and he's getting there. I mean, 5 days in now, he's already getting close.
I understand that Wesley French and Damari Roberson suffered some injuries. Can you talk about this?
Yeah, Damari will be out for the year. Damari in 7-on-7 just put his foot in the ground, and he's got to get knee surgery, and then same way with French. French won again in individual. None of our injuries have been in team yet. They're all been in individual drills, and he just put his foot in the ground. And he actually has the same injury that Jon had last year, Wassink. So I feel bad for him. I mean, he won the award for hardest worker on our team over the summer, and he's got the sledgehammer to prove it. And it's unfortunate for him, but he'll hopefully get another year. You know, according to the rules, he should be granted another year of eligibility now, and he's planning on using it. And he's probably one of our better leaders, so he'll be the cheerleader on the sideline, and we'll look forward to having him back. But luckily, we have a lot of depth at that position, you know. But you're not just going to replace a guy like that. But good thing is we have some depth there. Sound good?
Just you talk about Johnson, experienced quarterback, obviously, but he missed some time, and you have some young wide receivers.
Yeah.
Kind of how long does it take to get that timing back? You know, just with everyone.
For him, I mean, he was thrown in the spring, so he's fine. I mean, he understands the timing. It's the wideouts that need to understand the timing, you know what I mean? And so I'm very anal when we come to routes on air or RVA sessions, because I feel like that's the time to get it done. And they've been doing a really good job of getting the timing down of when the ball's going to arrive. Now, some of the other guys don't get it there on time, which is bad training, you know. So that's why we're rotating them so much, because I want them to get balls from Jon, because the balls are there a little bit earlier, and I want them to get comfortable with that. And so it's been fun to watch him. He hasn't missed a beat, you know. And the young kids play better when he's in there, you know. So I think they have a lot of confidence when he's there. But I mean, Caleb's playing well too. He's not at the level of Jon right now, but we got a long way to go. I expect him to kind of make a turn. Today, the pressure got him a little bit, but there's been a couple days he's thrown it just as well as Jon. So it's great to have two that have played, you know, but we got to push them all to get better and better and better. The best thing we've had is our offensive line's been playing phenomenal. I mean, they know what they're doing. They're opening up holes. They're protecting the quarterback, and that's the key to everything.
Obviously, you guys have been going for 5 days now. What's different about when you put the pads on?
I feel like the moment we put the pads on, I feel like it's a little more physical. I feel like you weed out the guys who are, a little more soft, the guys who are not ready yet. I feel like the pads, well, if you're a vet, it doesn't change much. I feel like if you're a vet, shells and full pads is the exact same thing.
What's it like having Jon back in the backfield with you again? Obviously having an injury last year. What's it just like having a guy like that?
Jon's great. We love Jon. I feel like Jon, he leads the way for us. He makes the calls. He makes sure that we pick up any blitzes or anything that's coming along. And he's very smart. So I think it's great to have him back in the backfield. And we're just hoping for a great season.
Who's impressing you in the running back room?
I really like all the running backs, but my favorite right now is Sean Tyler, because he kind of reminds me of me. So I'm trying to mold him slowly but surely, and I feel like he's starting to get it.
Do you remember, when you came here and kind of that feeling of like your first practices and the first full pads, and like when you have these young guys, these rookies coming in, like now that you're the upperclassmen, like, do you kind of take them under your wing and kind of show them like the other guys showed you the ropes?
A lot. I make sure I show them a lot. I make them stay after practice at times. We go over drills, we go over footwork. Whenever we're inside the meeting room, I make sure I ask them a lot of questions on like pass protection, because that's more important than just being a running back. You got to run and you got to pass protect. I make sure they know the blitzes, the schemes, and all that stuff. So I feel like, my role is not only to be a player, but also a teacher, because it is my last year.
Coach Lester waxed poetic about the offensive line and how strong they've been through 5 practices. What's your impression of that?
I love the O-line, every chance I get, I go up, make sure I make sure I tell them how much I appreciate them, I know what they're doing for us. We carry their pads off at times, we make jokes with them, we eat with them, we make sure we do a lot with the O-line, because they give a lot to us.
So much has been written about your speed, kind of rightfully so. Can you talk about just the other skill set you bring to the table? I think it kind of gets overlooked sometimes, unfortunately. Whether that be your vision or just how physical you are. Is there another part, aside from speed, you kind of hang your hat on as proud of the way you run?
I hang my hat on speed and physicality. I feel like a lot of running backs that's like 190 and under, they kind of, they see us as more speed, we make cuts, stuff like that. But I feel like I'm a guy where, I run it when it's time to run it. I'll speed it up when it's time to speed up. But when it's time to slow down, you got to hit them hard, I'll just hit them hard. I love to hit the holes. I love to run inside. I can run outside. I can catch, whatever. I do whatever needs to be done, pass protection-wise, and I'm very smart. So.
Yeah, I think everybody too at this level kind of plays with a chip on their shoulder. Obviously, you two not being so like Gavin Tucker, maybe guys taking little liberties and being able to start running back and all that stuff. So,
Right.
Can you tell me kind of that mentality, just getting after it and not letting people take liberties with you, take shots?
Yeah, I feel like that started when I was like a freshman in high school. You know, I was young. I didn't know much. I was 14, 15 years old, and a lot of guys, they kind of looked down upon me because of how small I was. So, you know, in every game, I took it to them. I gave them what they wanted. I always tell people, you know what I'm saying? You give them what they want to see. If this is what you want, you about to get it. So I feel like that started when I was about 14 and 15, and then it just progressed. And as I went on, I just learned that, you know, being small has no indication of how good you can be, you know? You can do anything you want to if you put your mind to it.
I know that it's 5 days in now. What's different about that first day at
Just the physicality and intensity, especially with up front linebackers, offensive line, defensive line, just a different feel of intensity.
Coach Lester talked an awful lot about the offensive line and how good they've looked behind them, and I know you're focused on other things, but give me your impressions of that group in 5 days.
Offensive line's been phenomenal. Not only are they really physical and they do a great job picking up blitzes and run blocking, but they're also really smart. They know what they're doing. It's great being behind them.
How do you feel after 5 days, physically, mentally, the whole thing? This is, I know towards the end of your college career, the last kind of go-around with everything. Where are you at through 5 days?
I feel great. It's camp, it's a grind, but I really feel good, and a lot of that has to do with the guys around me. It's great to have, Bellamy, all the receivers, offensive line around. They, pick me up if I'm not doing great, or, so it's just camp's going well.
Coach mentioned how the offensive line is established, the running back group is established, and tight ends are established. One of the areas that still needs to be sorted out is wide receivers. What have you seen from those young guys so far?
The young wide receivers have been great. The best part about them so far this camp is that they've been super eager to learn, and they've learned really quickly. And even if they've made some mistakes, they learn from it and move on. And Coach Gaither's done a great job with them as well.